Leadership is a learned skill, and on the Leadership Quick Start podcast, I'm here to teach you how to do it. I'm your host, Rakita Starks, and as a certified behavioral consultant and life coach, I've helped people from all walks of life become more effective leaders. I'll share the knowledge, skills, and experiences that took me from being a mediocre CEO, wife, mom, and person to an impact maker. Yes, leadership is the ability to influence and motivate others to achieve a common goal. But it's more than that. Leaders have vision, the ability to understand people, and they're great at decision making and problem solving. If you're new to leadership, whether you're a manager, supervisor, entrepreneur, or the leader of your home, Leadership Quick Start is the place for you. It's time for us leaders to go from good to great. Let's go. Let's grow. Hey y'all, it's your girl Rakita Starks, host of the Leadership Quick Start podcast. Thank you all for being here. I'm so excited that you guys are on the call today. On the podcast listening, because today I'm going to talk about self-leadership. And what is self-leadership? What's the importance of it? The only way that we can effectively lead other people is by leading ourselves first. And a lot of us we're hopping into leadership thinking, all right, it's all about let me help these people get to where they're going. Let me help them accomplish some goals. Let me help them help me accomplish some goals. But first, how have we effectively managed and led ourselves? There's a difference between leading and managing. That's going to be another episode. We ain't going to talk about that right now. But right now, we're going to talk about how do we effectively lead ourselves? Leading yourself starts with first knowing yourself. What are my strengths? What are the limitations? What are my limitations that's keeping me from fully maximizing the talents that God has given me? We already know what he said about the person who buried their talents. He called them wicked and evil, okay? We already know what he called them. But the people who doubled the talents that he gave them, he called them a good and faithful servant. So what are we burying? And what is keeping us from doubling the talent that he's given us? Because some people are at certain levels. Some people are at certain levels that's not in the cards for us. And we're idolizing and we're trying to mirror their success and we're trying to become this person that they are when we haven't been given the same talents. We haven't been given the same abilities. So what have I been given that I need to maximize? Okay. So first I need to identify, am I assertive? Am I direct? Am I verbal and energetic? Am I consistent and stable? Am I a person who loves rules and boundaries? What are my strengths? And if we stay away, if we don't figure out ourselves first, we cannot create and hit a clear target. And a lot of us are hitting trying to aim at the wrong targets, and we're wondering why we're missing it. We have to learn, what type of leader am I first? What type of person am I before I even become the leader? What type of person I am first? Okay, y'all already know it's 4 main personality styles that I teach on. And that is, dominant, influence, steady, and compliance. 4 main styles. We already know that there are 3%. Only 3% of people in the world are dominant leaders. They're dominant personalities. 3%. That's a big, that's, think about all the people in the world. Think about all of these people in the world. And then it comes down to only 3% of the people being dominant, direct, and decisive. That's why they're usually in leadership positions or want to be in charge of things like that. Only 3% of people make a decision and very direct at what they're saying. A lot of people, the other percentages they're not upfront with how they're really feeling. They would avoid conflict. And sometimes it's not even conflict that they're avoiding to address something that is affecting them. Okay. Some people shy away from making tough decisions. Some people listen, these numbers are it's just when you know the numbers and you see the percentages, it's like I understand why we are what we are. I understand what makes up this world, what makes up the economy, what makes up the status of the school system, the just so many things. So many things. Only 11% of people, oh, I don't want to keep saying only 11% of people in the world are influencing personality styles. 11% are inspiring and interactive, and they're very enthusiastic. These are the people you're going to call the extroverts, extroverted people. They are speakers, loud, over the top. Think about E.T. Eric Thomas. Think about Oprah, which, yes, you get a car, you get a car. That's such an I personality. They are a lot of times philanthropy. They do a lot of philanthropy work, and they are people. Their goal is to advance people and make an environment to where everyone is progressing and being better based on their life experiences. That's just naturally who they are. And 69% of people in the world are steady personalities. 69%. 69% are steady, stable, and secure. 69%. These people are slower pace and more passive, but they're people. These are like your counselors. These are people who kind of life goes with the flow. Don't make a big deal out of it. Everything will work out. It'll be fine. These are the I want everyone to be happy with where they are and what life throws at them and stuff like that. So just knowing that 69% of people in the world are steady says a lot. Then you have 17% of the people that are compliant. 17% of all the people in the world are compliant, who loves rules and regulations and are cautious and conscientious and compliant. They love, like, rules make things fun. Like, everyone is in the same boundaries, going in the same direction. Like, this creates standard. And we need to have rules and regulations in place so everyone can have the same opportunity to win with the same rules. So yes, which one are you? Which personality style are you? Are you the type that has a high ego strength? You are the driver. You want authority. You are sometimes impatient. You're like, come on now, fast pace, make a decision right now. Meanwhile, the steady personality is over there like, hold on, do not force me into a decision right now. Let me think about it. You cannot be D personalities. You need to check yourself, because if you don't check yourself in who you're talking to, you can run a lot of people off. Okay, let's keep that in mind, my D's. Y'all do a lot of things at once, and y'all respond to direct confrontation. Like, let's deal with it. Let's talk about it. It's nothing. Let's get it over with. This is how you feel. All right. Facts over feeling. I don't care how you feel about it, how I feel about it. What's the truth? D personality. They are results driven and fast paced. Versus, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all about what that means here in a minute. But the D and C is about results and results. That's real. It's not even about relationship. I don't care how you feel about it, how I feel about it, our relationship, what relationship we do have. What results are we getting? What's getting done? We can talk about it all day, but what is getting done? Versus the I and the S personality is more of let's make sure we build a relationship. How are you doing? What's going on in your world? Is everything all right? See, like, I need you to get in my personal business. I just need you to know that I got that report done that you wanted done, and I got these are the numbers in the sales process. This is where we are, and I don't really need you to know about what I did over the weekend. They are not small talk people. They're not small talk. You don't have to. They don't need that. Now, DNC, you have to remember that about the other side, about the I's and the S's. They are the small talkers. They are the ones who are gonna hug you when they see you. They're not the ones who are gonna be standoff. They like, I'm genuinely happy to see you. So you have to understand that about the other styles too, okay? Then are you a communicator? Are you a people person? Are you emotional? Are you the optimistic and encouraging one? Persuasive with your words? Usually these people lead customer service departments or the departments who is about making sure the office is bubbly and having a good um, a good a, it's a great culture and a great environment to work in. They are the fast paced. They want to have fun no matter what it is. We have to incorporate some fun in this thing. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna make sure we having fun doing it. Okay. So you need to know that. Are those some of my characteristics? Do I have the characteristics of being, that was the I personality who I just explained, but then now I'm going into the S personality. Am I more passive aggressive? Am I more of a loyal and trustworthy person? I will stay at a company for years. Years. These people be at companies for 20, 30 years in the same department, same position. Am I a team player? Am I the one that people usually come to me to talk? They feel open and they feel comfortable with coming to me to talk. And I'm very empathetic. I'm a great listener. Is that you? Is that your gift? Is that your strength? I'm a great listener. I can empathize. I can see both sides of the story. I can help people I can see where people are and I can help them to be better. Am I that kind of person? Am I slow to change? Am I the one these are the people who create family traditions. And if something happens to where we don't go to Granny house for Christmas, all hell is breaking loose. Okay. What is going on? Tradition is broken. That is a problem. Do not change tradition for the S personality. They are stable, stable. Don't break tradition for the S personality. Look, every year we celebrate birthdays together. What's different now? Why aren't we doing this anymore? Listen, y'all have to know this about each other you have to know this about yourself to be able to identify someone else and lead them. But if you don't know that you are stable, I am slower paced, I'm slower to make a decision, I am loyal and I'm trustworthy, I'm self-sacrificing. If you don't know those things, it's going to be hard for you to empathize and relate to other people because you're wondering why this D personality who is pushing me to go forward and go fast paced, why am I annoyed with him? Why am I annoyed with her? It's because she's trying to get you out of your comfort zone. It's not just about everything is not going to be comfortable and all peaches and cream in leadership. It's about sometimes you got to get out there and take risks. And those other personalities can bring that out of you. And we have to embrace those changes. We have to embrace the other personality types. But if we see them as a problem, we can't utilize their strengths to offset our weaknesses or our limitations. Okay? C, are you the thinker? Like you like that statue with the man on the hand on his head and he looking at it thinking, like you are that person, the perfectionist. You can be sensitive, you can be don't accept criticism well sometimes, but you, because you're so accurate and analytical, you feel like I've already crossed all the T's and I've already dotted all the I's. It's nothing, it's no errors in this that I've already done. But if someone comes in and find that error, then it's hard for you to take that criticism because you're such a perfectionist and you could sometimes take it harshly. Hold on one second. Sorry, y'all. Let me place y'all on a brief hold. Okay, y'all. Sorry I had to take that important call, but I'm back. I really lost my train of thought. I probably was going on a tangent right then. I'm back. Let me see where to pick up. I think I was talking about the different characteristics of each style and the limitations. And oh, there we go. Thank you, Lord. Okay, so if we don't learn our strengths and also the strengths of other people, we're going to have a hard time using other people's strengths to offset our limitations. Okay, let me say that again. If we don't learn our strengths and other people's strengths, we're going to continue seeing their limitations as a problem or or something is wrong with them or something like that, versus identifying what areas they're strong in. We will have a hard time offsetting our limitations because all of us have limitations, D's and I's and S and C's. We all have limitations. We all have areas that we can grow in. But if we don't utilize other people, I know that I'm not as strong in fine details. Like, just give me the bottom line. Look, I don't need to know all the details. Just tell me what my part is and how I'm part of helping to help solve the problem. I don't need to know the whole backstory and all this kind of stuff. So, sometimes I don't need to know all the backstory. But if I didn't know that was a limitation of mine, I wouldn't utilize the C's strength of being detail oriented. Because the things that I overlook, they're like, oh, we already thought about this, but look, you're going to have to be mindful of this coming up for this event, like this expense coming up, because it's going to take away from the budget of this area. And have you listened to this part of your script in the speech? Like, not script, but have you listened to this part of your speech? This part of your speech is going to trigger this and this kind of emotion and all this kind. They've thought of all the details, but if I see them as, oh, they just trying to slow me down, I don't want to know the details. No, I lean on other people's personalities for their strengths. I don't push away from them and lean back because they're different from me. No, everyone has a strength that can be used as a tool for success. And that's why I think that if they put DISC in schools and made students take one at the beginning of the year, right? And each table, like you have a table with maybe 4 to 6, maybe keep it at 4 students at each table, and each one of them have a different personality. Oh my goodness. Do you know how effective that would be in team building? Like, you would have the D driving, like, come on, y'all, let's get this done. All right, this is the direction. We making this decision. We going forward with this. Then you have the I, like, come on, y'all, we can do this. They the ones to keep everybody motivated and inspired to complete the task. Then you have the S over here, like, okay, y'all, let's make sure that we are incorporating the the right thing in the presentation. Let's make sure that we are let's make sure we're doing this right. But then you have the C over here, like, creating the game plan. They're the ones creating the game plan. The S is the one making sure everybody is on track. Then you have the I, making sure everyone having fun. Then you have the D, making sure everybody is on pace and on target. You know how effective that would be? That would be such a great classroom, and such, like, those tools that kids will learn in school and how to live in this society. Man, it would blow up. It would, in a good way. Now, It would be such a great tool to use in society, in our economy. We will learn how to collaborate versus compete. Because at one point, I was competing against my husband's strengths. He's a D personality. He's a DC personality. So he is driven and he is detailed, driven and detailed, boy. So fast, but then let me slow down and make sure I'm making the right decision. But then if I'm constantly looking at his strengths as, man, I got to get better. I got to be more like this. I got to make sure that I'm doing this. I got to make sure that I'm more detailed. Let me make sure that I am more fast paced. My personality style is an ID. So both of us have high ego strength. Both of us are entrepreneurial, and but he has a skill that I don't have. He has the conscientious personality style included in that D. So he doesn't only have the dream and the ambition, he has the steps that he's going to take to get to that dream and make that dream a reality. I have the dream and the desire, but I have the enthusiasm and the ability to help to get people on board to buy into this dream, to help me to create and get to the dream. I don't have to go at it alone. He has the personality to where he can do it all on his own. I have the personality to where I want to bring people with. I have to bring people with me. And so, but if I look at his strengths as a competition or something that I gotta be like him, then I won't be who God created me to be. So, as I mentioned, this episode is about self-leadership. The first step, and we're going to go through a series of steps. First step number 1 is learning to lead yourself. Think of it like when you get out of high school and you go to college. No one is there waking you up to go to class. No one is there to keep you on track. Hey, did you make sure you did this project? No, they give you a syllabus at the beginning of the year and you are on your own. When you go to college, if you don't develop the skill of self-leadership, you will fall behind. And that's the same as in life. When you come into leadership, when you come into entrepreneurship, when you come into managing people, when you come into parenthood, sure, there's a lot of things that I just don't feel like doing, but because I'm able to lead myself and able to get my own buy-in to what needs to be done, I get it done. So, like, we have to learn how to lead ourselves. And step 1, like I said, is learning ourselves. If you haven't taken a DISC assessment with me, make sure you go to my website, rakitastarks.com, and you will find it there in the personality assessment tab. Take one. You'll get a full report, like almost 20 pages. And then if you want to go deeper, I'll do a one-on-one consultation with you so I can walk you through your personality style. We have combination styles. We have a style that's just an I, D, S, C. We have some that's just 1. We have some that's 3. Learn yourselves, learn your strengths, learn your limitations first. If you want to do a full DISC report and do a full walkthrough, go to rakitastarks.com and I will get that for you. But a lot of people are unhappy in positions, unhappy with their life, unhappy with where they currently are because they don't know the tools that they have to hit the target that they want to hit in their life. Okay? Do not be like the man who buried his talent. Let's maximize our talents. Let's maximize our gifts. But first, we have to identify our gifts. Okay? Thank y'all for listening in to Leadership Quick Start with your girl, Rakita Starks. Go and be great. Go and lead different. Bye, y'all.